91 or 92. And I'm sure a lot of people here from Newfoundland and from outlying areas are familiar with St. John's, but for those people visiting from other countries and from parts of the US and elsewhere, St. John's is kind of built on two hills. It starts at the harbour and slopes up and then down into a valley and then out towards the university, out towards the airport. And my second wife, Connie, and our daughter, Lily, who was only 3.5, going on 4 at the time, were living on the very first half of that end for misery. And the Gulf War was on. There was a neighborhood street gang of about 12 or 15 street toughs from 11 to 14.5 years old. They're rocking your window with snowballs all winter long. It's just a nightmare, you know. And the Gulf War is on TV, and you're frightened to death. You don't know if it's the Gulf War outside or if the youngsters are And we're living just down the road from a couple of really, really famous television personalities. Now, I won't go mentioning their names because that's just name dropping, and I abhor that kind of thing. But I love that word, abhor. Anyway, we're just down the road from Mary Walsh and Cathy Jones. Cathy used to come down every day. She'd always bring her little puppy with her, a little Shih Tzu puppy she had named Alice. Almost a cat, really, when you think about it. And my daughter Lily was especially fond of Alice. She loved to see Alice come down with Cathy and play, and Cathy come down and have tea with myself and Connie. And Lily would play with Alice. And Cathy came through the door one day, tears of rage and grief, and Alice had gone missing in a snowstorm. And she'd hired all these street toughs to go out and look for the daughter all over the neighborhood at $10 a piece. Now that's $150 to find a dog/cat. And I always, in reflection, I always thought that the kids had stolen the dog. They had a stash down kind of loaf of Grock and Conf, and they were making $150 out of cat. It's very close to the truth. Anyway, a little while after the relief broke out, I walked into the kitchen, and my daughter Lily was making a poster to stick it in, and she wanted to put it up in the grocery store across the street. She was very, very upset. And she drew this little girl, this little stick person, great big moon face, big eyes, big ears, a little stick body, stick arms and legs and stuff. And over in the lower right-hand corner, on a scribble of paper, she little reasonable facsimile of a little dog, kind of looking off into space there, and obviously lost and stuff. And where most people would write, you know, missing in the Pennywell Road area, small dog/cat. She wrote, "A good dog is lost." I walked right outside from a song, different song here. So I stayed up all night working on this piece. And she called out of bed at 6 o'clock the next morning, as is her wont. And she came down and she looked at what I was doing, and I was kind of playing, and she said, "My poster, a dog song, my poster." And I said, "Yes, Lily, yes, I've been up all night with this." And she said, "Like the way people come over to the house and you write songs together." And I said, yeah, like that. And she said, "And like how Mom has ideas for songs and has storyboards, what you call storyboards for songs and stuff, and you write songs together." And I said, yeah, like that. And she said, "And like how they get 50%. So, this is a Ron and Lily song called "A Good Dog Is Lost." I used to go home after every show, and she'd say, "Did you play a good dog, Dad?" "Yeah." And she said, "Can I have my $5? $5? You know, 8 cents. "Yeah, I know, can I have my $5? A good dog is lost. Set a sign above the counter at the corner store with an address and a phone to call. Still don't know what it said, just a little bit more it said, "Hey there, stranger, I can hardly believe someone that I love that much is running away from me. And if the finder could only return to me at any cost, for a good dog is lost somewhere out there tonight upon a darkened street. running breathless with a wild beating heart. In all directions on 4 tiny feet, calling, "Hey there, stranger, I can hardly believe someone that I love that much has forgotten about me. Look at all these people tucked away in their houses, and they're watching reruns of Who's the Boss. And a good dog is lost. And a tired clerk at the counter says, every day in tiny ways we disappear. On a night like this, it's better him than me out there. Oh, but a good dog is lost. Set a fire beneath the windshield wiper of my car. So I stashed it in my groceries. But I caught this expression in my rearview mirror, and it said, "Hey there, stranger, well, I can hardly believe that a picture of a puppy drawn with a crayon would get to a guy like me." I guess I'll just go out and drive around, 'cause I know I'll never sleep. I'll just turn and toss, for a good dog is lost. Good doggy